What if the Galaxy S26 series just copied Apple? Not in a bad way, but in a way that could actually make your next Samsung phone way better. We're diving into the juiciest rumors, including a new in-house chip that mirrors Apple's strategy, a potential launch delay until March, and some crazy performance scores for the Exynos 2600 that might finally end the whole Snapdragon debate. Let's break down everything we know about the S26 lineup. So, let's start with that copying Apple rumor. It seems Samsung is aiming for more hardware independence, much like Apple did with their own first-party chips. A new Exynos S6568 chipset has been spotted, and the buzz is that this is Samsung's new dedicated Bluetooth and Wi-Fi companion chip supporting Bluetooth 6.1. Why is this a big deal? If it's paired with the Exynos 2600 SoC in those regional variants, we should see improved range and better efficiency. This directly mirrors the kind of move Apple made with their iPhone 17 series and the Apple N1 first-party chip, which was meant to boost performance, reliability, and power efficiency for their connectivity. It totally makes sense for Samsung to design its own component to improve connectivity and reliability on the S26. Now, speaking of the main chip, the latest Exynos 2600 benchmarks are looking very strong. We're still expecting that typical split in SoCs by regions, some getting the Exynos 2600, others the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 for Galaxy. But new Geekbench scores for the Exynos 2600 are even higher than before, showing impressive numbers: 3,455 in single-core and 11,621 in multi-core. For comparison, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 sits at 2,865 single-core and 9,487 multi-core. The Apple A19 Pro is 3,753 single-core and 9,702 multi-core. Based purely on these numbers, the Exynos 2600 beats the Snapdragon and even pulls ahead of the Apple A19 Pro in multi-core performance. This indicates that Samsung is definitely on the right track, and it's possible the Exynos variants of the S26 could be better, though, as we all know, benchmarks don't tell the full story about sustained performance and battery efficiency. Now, let's talk about the lineup itself, which has seen some confusion. Earlier, we heard the base model might be the Galaxy S26 Pro, and that we might get an S26 Edge. But it seems Samsung changed its strategy last minute. The latest rumors claim the base phone is now back to being just the Galaxy S26, and the Galaxy S26 Edge is most likely canceled, being replaced by the return of the Galaxy S26 Plus. This last-minute shuffle is actually why the release may be delayed until a March announcement instead of the usual January reveal. As for other upgrades, most seem focused on the top-tier phone. The Galaxy S26 Ultra is expected to get a new design, Qi 2 magnetic wireless charging support, and a highly anticipated jump to 60-watt fast wire charging. Outside of the Ultra, we haven't heard many wow-worthy upgrades for the vanilla S26 and the S26 Plus models yet. So, with Samsung's new Exynos connectivity chip and some incredibly strong Exynos 2600 performance scores, we're looking at a possible March launch and a focus on core models like the S26, S26 Plus, and S26 Ultra. The big takeaway here is that Samsung is swinging for the fences with their in-house silicon. Hopefully the final products live up to these benchmark numbers and address the efficiency concerns. Which rumored change are you most excited about? Let me know in the comments below. Like this video if you're hyped for the S26, and subscribe for all the latest Galaxy updates.